like the teachers. It seemed that they always knew exactly where you were. If they didn't understand something, they could tell right away. After class, they were really sociable. They always came up to you and said hello and just asked you how your day was. And it seems like you even had like an in-class and out-of-class relationship that didn't really alter too much.
There were, of course, some teachers that maybe weren't as easy to get along with others, but they're all willing to work with you. As far as being able to give time and advice on how to improve.
We had Kawashima Sensei, Hosoi Sensei, and Anraku Sensei. And every day, I looked forward to class. I learned a ton. I remember I had an interview with Kawashima Sensei, and he was asking me what I was planning on doing with my future with Japanese and whatnot. And he was really supporting and saying, you can do it. Just keep on doing it. You're doing great right now, and you've already improved so much. And then also, Hosoi Sensei and Anraku Sensei, they're both really supportive, and when we had problems, they always helped us.
Anraku was really a fun class period, just because of how she would interact. She'd end up being the straight man to a lot of the jokes that would happen during the class.
For my favorite teacher would definitely be Kono Sensei. And one thing we learned within the first couple of weeks was call her the most beautiful teacher in the school. And sometimes like if we couldn't answer something, it's like, oh, mabushi, like she's too bright, we can't answer. For one thing, she understands sarcasm, which is not cultural in Japan at all. So it's very hard to explain to someone who doesn't already get it. But she got it, so it made for a really fun class time. She also was more inclined to do games in class, which made learning the material less intimidating.
After the midterms, during the midterms, I pretty much failed them. They pretty quickly came up to me after the test or after the grading period, and they're like, we noticed that there's a problem. Is there anything that we can do to help you? I started doing sakubun drills, which are essay drills, and I did that twice a week after school during essentially what would have been the teacher's lesson planning time. They were really, really available and willing to help.
After school was done, all the support staff, like the English support and the Chinese support, they'd all come out and mingle with the students and just see where we're at and how we're doing with how we're adjusting to Japan. And that really was like special to me.
Oh, there's Mr. Tanaka, and then Michiko-san, and Yuhei.
They were really there to help facilitate that thing that you didn't necessarily know you wanted to do or you didn't know how to do.
Mr. Tanaka in particular helped me with a very wide range of things. I was trying to ship something back home. It was just a box, but trying to figure out the mail system in Japan can be really confusing. So he just walked me through the entire process at the mail place. So it's not just like, oh, well, bring it to school and we'll help you there. They actually will go with you to places and help out there.
There was another student who went on the trip. Her name is Megan. And one of the things that she had wanted to do was one day she saw an advertisement for Phantom of the Opera was going to be at, I believe, one of the playhouses in, I think, somewhere in the Shinjuku or the Tokyo area. And I believe it was Tanaka, or Mr. Tanaka, but I believe that he helped get her tickets for her and another person to go to Phantom of the Opera while in Japan, which was something that she really, really wanted to do.
I had to mail a letter to my sister because she was graduating and I unfortunately had to miss it. But I remember Yuhei helped me out with that. And then another thing was Michiko, countless times she always asked me how my host family was doing and if I was getting along with them. And I always got along with my host family, but I could imagine if you weren't, getting along with your family, they were always, trying to check up and make sure that you're okay.
And then there was another time when my family had come to visit for about 2 weeks. And we went to this little playground area. My little sister's 5 years old, I think. And she fell off one of the playthings. And she was crying really bad because she apparently fractured her arm or collarbone. And so we're like, we don't know what to do. She's screaming. We don't know any of the hospitals or anything. And we were a block away from the school. So I ended up going to the school and talking to Mr. Tanaka. And he walks with us to a couple of the clinics in the area to figure out where we can get care for her.
せーの。
KCP
本当にありがとうございました。